Y'all think y'all know but don't. I had to give my mom $1,800 on a $2,400 rent because y'all favorite rapper blocked her. I'm tired of being quiet.
That's GloRilla's own sister putting her on blast for the whole world to hear. But what GloRilla did next? She didn't apologize. She didn't explain. She sent her sister a link to Indeed and told her to apply for a job at McDonald's. And it only gets worse from here. Victoria Woods pulls the curtain back. On February 4th, 2026, the entire internet got flipped upside down when a woman named Victoria Woods, who goes by Scarface Woods on social media, jumped on Facebook Live and started airing out every piece of dirty laundry you could imagine about her biological sister, the Memphis rap star GloRilla. Now, for those who don't know, GloRilla, born Gloria Hallelujah Woods, has been running up the charts and dominating hip-hop conversations since she broke out in 2022 with FNF. Let's Go, signed to Yo Gotti's collective music group label and earning multiple Grammy nominations. She dropped her 2024 album Glorious, with massive records like TGIF and Yet Glow. And at just 26 years old, she was sitting at the absolute peak of her career. Courtside at NBA games, magazine covers, sold-out tours, award show performances, brand deals, the whole 9 yards. Everything was going up. Everything was shining. But Victoria, her older sister, her own blood, same household, same parents, same struggles, was about to grab every bit of that shine and drag it straight through the mud on a public platform for millions of people to watch unfold in real time. And she came with zero hesitation. Victoria didn't hold back. She jumped on that live with pure, unfiltered anger and started by declaring something that would echo across every timeline on the internet.
Y'all favorite rapper ain't and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all mad. Y'all talking about some she ain't obligated. She ain't obligated when she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through and then reach back and help none of us out. But got her friends around and and my mama still working at FedEx.
That clip tore through every social media platform: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, pulling in millions of views within hours. The accusation came packed with painful detail. According to Victoria, GloRilla has been systematically using their shared childhood trauma: the roaches crawling through the house at night, the rats running through the walls, the broken air, the mattresses they slept on, bathing from water bottles because the plumbing barely worked in Memphis's Fraser neighborhood, as raw material for interviews and press runs, turning that shared pain into public sympathy, brand growth, and ultimately money. But once the cameras shut off and the interviews end, she allegedly turns her back on the very people who lived through that struggle with her and instead surrounds herself with friends who get the luxury treatment: the Jaguars, the courtside seats, the financial help. And this isn't some small family with 1 or 2 people left behind. This is a large household. Victoria made that absolutely clear.
You don't sit here and talk about struggles, sit here and struggle with it. It's not one sibling, you got 9 other siblings.
10 siblings in total. Same mom, same dad, all raised together in one of the toughest parts of Memphis, Tennessee, in a household where money was always scarce. And Victoria's entire argument was built on one core cultural principle that resonates deeply in communities across this country. If you came from the bottom with us, struggled through the worst with us, starved with us, and you were the one who made it to the top, then you have a moral obligation, a responsibility to reach back down and pull us up with you. That's not just Victoria's personal opinion. That's a belief system shared by millions of people. She made that position absolutely clear.
Hey, she got an obligation to share the wealth. We stay here, we struggle together. Took baths and bottles of water, rest, roaches, all that. Yeah, she obligated. Is them friends obligated? She doing everything for them. So yeah, I feel like I'm obligated.
And then she drove the point home even harder, going completely flat. No emotion, just pure bluntness.
She's not doing nothing. Nothing. She's not doing nothing for family at all.
That triple repetition of nothing was intentional. According to Victoria, this isn't a case where GloRilla helps a little but could do more. This is total, complete alleged abandonment of the entire family unit. All 10 siblings, their mother, their father, everyone. Victoria came with what she claimed were solid receipts, and they were specific enough to be seriously damaging. She said GloRilla allegedly blocked their own mother on Cash App after their mom asked for financial help, blocked her own mama for requesting assistance, and that Victoria herself had to step in and cover $11,800 toward their mother's $2,400 monthly rent because GloRilla had completely cut her off. Think about that for a moment. A woman earning millions allegedly forcing her own mother to scramble for rent money. Victoria also said she personally lost her job and was physically robbed specifically because people in the neighborhood knew she was GloRilla's sister, meaning the fame didn't elevate Victoria's life in any way, actually made it worse. It put a target on her back while GloRilla GloRilla allegedly looked the other way and never once reached out to help or protect her. And it wasn't just Victoria dealing with it either. She pointed to an autistic brother in the family who has special needs and has been completely overlooked and ignored, a sibling who can't advocate for himself the way Victoria can shout on a Facebook Live, who presumably sits in silence while GloRilla allegedly sends nothing. On top of that, their mother reportedly still works at FedEx to this day, grinding shifts at a distribution center, while her daughter lives like royalty. Victoria also challenged the well-known Jaguar gift that GloRilla supposedly gave their dad for retirement, claiming it was either incomplete, allegedly delivered with no gas in the tank, or completely made up. She even went after GloRilla's most praised family gesture, the claim that she retired their parents. But we'll get to Victoria breaking that claim down in a moment, because first GloRilla had something to say, and what she said was absolutely vicious. But before moving on, Victoria dropped one last bomb that captured the emotional core of this entire saga. She looked straight into the camera and told the world exactly what kind of person she believes her sister truly is.
Y'all keep on painting this picture like she's just a good person, an upright person. She's not.
That line, "she's not," was the thesis of Victoria's entire campaign. She wasn't just asking for money. She was trying to tear down the public image GloRilla had spent years carefully building. And by the time those videos pulled in millions of views across every platform, the damage was massive. The narrative was locked in. And now it was GloRilla's turn to respond. GloRilla fires back. If anyone thought she was about to stay silent and just take it on the chin, letting her older sister control the story around her name, her reputation, and her money without saying a word, they clearly don't know this woman at all. On February 5th, 2026, less than 24 hours after Victoria's viral rant had already blown up across every major platform, GloRilla came out swinging on Instagram stories with what might honestly be one of the coldest, most calculated, most disrespectful clapbacks in hip-hop family drama history. She didn't post a long, emotional response, pouring her heart out. She didn't sit down for a carefully arranged interview to explain her side. None of that. GloRilla posted a link to Indeed.com, the job search website, with a caption, "If you're gonna beg, do it on here." Read that again. Her own biological sister, from the same house, the same parents, the same poverty, had just gone on a tearful, gut-wrenching public rant about hunger, family neglect, and financial abandonment. And GloRilla's official response was to tell her to go find a job on a hiring site. That single post pulled in well over 1 million views on X alone, and the internet absolutely, completely, undeniably lost its mind. But she wasn't done. GloRilla quickly followed up with another Instagram story that read, "Mama, yes, but you gnaw and work," making it clear that whatever financial help she provides goes to their mother, and their mother only. Victoria herself is getting nothing. Not a dime. Not now, not ever. And then came the move that sent the entire internet into a full-blown meltdown. GloRilla posted, "It's always a broke-hating butch in every family, even mine's," with laughing emojis, openly calling her own biological sister a broke hater in front of her millions of fans. And then, this is where it got truly nuclear. She changed her profile picture to an alleged photo of Victoria working at FedEx. Let that sink in. She made her sister's workplace her profile picture as a joke. She wasn't just dismissing Victoria's accusations. She was deliberately, strategically, and publicly humiliating her own sister, turning Victoria's FedEx job into a viral meme and punchline for millions to screenshot, share, and laugh at across every platform. More posts circulated showing GloRilla trolling her sister to go get a job, with users pointing out. She also referenced McDonald's as a viable career path for Victoria, the exact detail that became the headline of nearly every blog post and YouTube video covering the story. GloRilla even had old receipts to back up her entire philosophy on family and money. From 2023, she had posted on X, "Stop complaining about what you ain't got and be grateful for what you got," a statement that in hindsight seems aimed directly at her extended family members who she felt were looking at her pockets instead of building their own. GloRilla also tried to dispute Victoria's accusations with evidence, sharing alleged text messages from their mother thanking her for ongoing financial support. But Victoria fired back immediately, calling those texts completely fake because they had no timestamps, a critique that made the public side-eye GloRilla's evidence. The receipts war was on, and neither sister was backing down. Meanwhile, Victoria went directly after GloRilla's most sacred public claim, the retirement story, and dismantled it with specifics.
Don't want to worry. Gloria got y'all believing this fake ass, imaginary ass thing where she retired them. No, she did not. My dad retired because his time was up.
According to Victoria, their father retired from the U.S. Postal Service on his own pension. GloRilla had nothing to do with it and allegedly took credit for something that would have happened regardless. The beef didn't stay limited to financial grievances. It spiraled into deeply personal territory, making the feud exponentially uglier and harder to resolve. Street whispers on X claimed that GloRilla fired back at Victoria by attacking her over deeply personal matters, including allegations about 3 abortions while boasting that she's a stud. An incredibly vicious and intimate strike that took the conflict from financial disputes into the most private and painful territory imaginable. Victoria wasn't the only one willing to put family business on display. GloRilla apparently had deeply personal ammunition of her own and showed zero hesitation in using it when she felt cornered. Family members on both sides quickly began picking sides in the most public way possible. Their own mother and at least one brother came directly to GloRilla's defense on social media, with their mom claiming Victoria was upset because she didn't want to work and that something was wrong with her. That kind of family cosign from their own mother was hugely significant and damaging to Victoria's case. Because if their own mom was publicly siding with GloRilla and vouching for her, then Victoria's story that the entire family was being neglected and abandoned started to look increasingly incomplete, if not outright misleading. Long-buried whispers from the past also resurfaced aggressively during this period, specifically about a 2015 incident where Victoria allegedly pulled a gun on GloRilla, which led to Victoria's arrest. A detail that added massive, game-changing context to why GloRilla might have deliberately and intentionally distanced herself from Victoria years before the fame, the money, or the CMG deal ever existed. If someone pulled a firearm on you, your own sister, the moral argument of "you owe me because we're family" collapses entirely in the eyes of most rational people. Other hip-hop figures weighed in. Finesse 2 times called Victoria completely wrong and said she wasn't entitled to GloRilla's money, advising her to generate her own income. That clip, shared by No Jumper and Academics TV, racked up hundreds of thousands of views and pushed public opinion further against Victoria. She responded through the shade room, but the tide had already shifted. Then Victoria did the one thing that turned this from a social media beef into a full-blown media spectacle. She took the family drama to TMZ. She sat for a live, nationally broadcast interview, doubled down on every accusation, and made a specific financial demand. When asked what it would take to squash the beef, she named her price, $2,500. That figure became the single defining symbol of the entire saga. To some, it proved Victoria's grievances were real and that GloRilla was cheap. To others, it was ultimate proof that Victoria was a beggar, putting a price on family loyalty for the whole world to see. Then Tory Lanez steps in from prison. Just when everyone thought the situation had peaked, a completely unexpected character entered. From a prison cell, incarcerated rapper Tory Lanez heard about the entire GloRilla Victoria saga and sent Victoria $2,500, the exact amount, down to the penny, that she demanded from GloRilla on TMZ. Not $1 more, not $1 less. The precision was the point. Victoria posted the receipt and reacted on camera with visible emotion.
If you're actually effed up and really tripping about $2,500, I'll send it to you, gang. I know how it feels to not have it while needing it. I hope God blesses you. Let me know. She said, huh? You want my chime? Tell him thanks. Then she said, he don't want me to post this, but your boy heard about the situation all the way in jail. Tory Lanez, thank you.
The optics of that moment were absolutely devastating for GloRilla and everything she represents. Think about it and let it really sink in. A man literally behind prison bars, with no personal freedom, no concert revenue, no ability to even walk outside and breathe fresh air, just reached into his pocket and casually sent GloRilla's sister the exact dollar amount that GloRilla, a multi-million-dollar recording artist at the peak of her commercial power with platinum records and sold-out shows, allegedly refused to give her own blood relative. The internet seized on that contrast with full force, turning it into meme after meme after meme. And the entire narrative of this feud flipped almost overnight. Suddenly, the dominant conversation across every platform was no longer about whether Victoria was technically entitled to anything. It became about why a complete stranger, locked in a prison cell, showed more financial compassion and basic human decency than a blood relative sitting on a fortune literally built from stories about their shared suffering and collective trauma. Victoria understood exactly what that moment meant and immediately maximized it. She reposted the TMZ clip with the caption bluffed called, signaling to the world that In her view, Tory Lanez had permanently and irrevocably exposed GloRilla's true character for all to see. But Tory Lanez's involvement also introduced a completely new and genuinely dangerous layer of tension to an already volatile situation threatening to spiral out of control. Victoria publicly expressed real fear of retaliation from GloRilla's camp and her associates, suggesting that accepting money from someone as polarizing and controversial as Tory Lanez, a man convicted and imprisoned in a case that divided the entire music industry, could provoke a real, potentially dangerous response from people in GloRilla's circle. Whether that fear was entirely legitimate or strategically played to generate public sympathy and further paint GloRilla's side as threatening, it undeniably added real-world stakes to a situation many on the internet had been casually consuming as entertainment. Victoria had already made it abundantly clear throughout the saga that she was prepared to escalate things even further if she felt pushed or threatened. Earlier, she had looked straight into the camera and issued a warning that left no room for doubt.
Really go live and expose y'all favorite rapper. Same mom, same dad, 10 siblings. Y'all think she this upright ass person when she really not. Ain't messed with us since she got on, and I'm constantly getting acknowledgement for being her sister, and she ain't messed with you at all.
That promise of further exposure, the threat that Victoria had even more dirt, more secrets, more damaging information ready to release, hung over the entire situation like a dark cloud. GloRilla's decision to stay completely silent after her initial barrage of clapbacks strongly suggested she understood that engaging further would only pour gasoline on Victoria's growing fire, giving her even more platform, followers, and ammunition. The broader cultural conversation erupted into a nationwide debate about what the community calls black tax, the expectation that when one person escapes poverty, they must financially support everyone they left behind. Comparisons immediately emerged to other high-profile rap family dramas, Cardi B's documented tensions, and Megan Thee Stallion's tragic family dynamics, where relatives publicly aired financial grievances once fame arrived. Public opinion settled roughly 60-40 in favor of GloRilla's self-reliant stance. The majority argued, as a grown-ass woman, there's no way I'm out on the internet hooting and hollering about another grown-ass woman not taking care of me, and she's probably tired of y'all begging for what y'all hand out. Viral posts with hundreds of thousands of views framed Victoria's rage as misplaced trauma. Trauma, like, that doesn't just disappear. Nobody owes another person's destiny. They pointed to the alleged 2015 gun incident and whispers that Victoria had previously dismissed GloRilla's rap career as local, doubting she'd ever earn more than $60,000, meaning she allegedly clowned her sister's dreams before success, and now wanted a cut after it arrived. On the other side, a passionate 40% argued family is family, period. Comments like, "You supposed to take care of your siblings, oh no. WTF y'all talking about?" flooded every timeline, highlighting the deeply rooted cultural norm of lift as you climb. These defenders made a critical point that kept getting buried under the memes. GloRilla built her entire brand on stories of family poverty. Every interview about the roaches, the rats, the air mattresses was monetizing shared pain for commercial gain. Every song referencing the struggle converted collective trauma into streaming revenue and brand deals. To then refuse to share any of the financial proceeds from that pain with the people who actually lived through it alongside you, well, in their eyes, that crosses the line from simple family neglect into outright exploitation. Media outlets from the Shade Room on TikTok to Madame Noir to Ball Alert turned this into wall-to-wall coverage, amplifying a sister's Facebook rant into a national cultural moment. TMZ's Instagram coverage generated massive engagement, and YouTube breakdowns racked up views as the public consumed it like a real-time soap opera. Key posts across X surpassed 800,000 views and kept climbing. As of this recording, GloRilla has gone completely silent after her initial barrage of clapbacks, and many industry observers believe that was a calculated, deliberate, strategic move. Every time Victoria went live, sat for another interview, posted a clip, or reacted to a comment, she gained more followers, more views, and more public attention, which many argue was the real underlying motivation from the very start. Whether Victoria genuinely wants family reconciliation and basic financial support for a struggling household with members who can't help themselves, or whether she identified a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to build a personal brand and a public platform off the back of a controversy she helped create, that's a question only Victoria truly knows the answer to. But what absolutely nobody, on either side of this divided debate, can deny is that this feud ripped open a raw, deep, unhealed wound at the center of GloRilla's public story. She came from nothing. Roaches, rats, water bottle baths. She made it out of circumstances that crush most people permanently. And now the very people she left behind in those conditions are screaming into the digital void, demanding to be seen, demanding acknowledgement, demanding that the commercial success built on the back of their shared suffering be shared in return. Whether you think Victoria is owed a single dollar or not, The image of a mother still working the FedEx grind at a distribution center while her daughter sits at the top of the rap game sticks in your mind long after you close. The image of a man locked in a prison cell sending $2,500 to make a point about what real generosity and real compassion look like. That is an image that will follow GloRilla's name and legacy for a very long time. This isn't just rap beef. This isn't just social media drama. This is family, and real family drama, the kind born from years of poverty, resentment, unresolved trauma, and broken promises, doesn't come with a clean resolution or a happy ending. It just comes in chapters, and we're all watching this one unfold in real time. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on any of the cards on your screen.